Hi, welcome to Improve Work podcast. Here you'll find resources to level up your leadership role and create the team that you want. It's Daniela here. Feel free to ask me questions about today's episode's topic. Also, if you'd like me to speak about a specific topic, let me know. You'll find my email address in the description of this episode. I hope you enjoy it and subscribe. Okay, let's get started. Hi everyone. In today's episode, we'll talk about teamwork versus individual work. Probably you thought about this topic when you had to decide how to organize your employees' work. Have you experienced both types of work? Which one do you prefer? The choices that you make in this regard impact how fast a task or an activity is done, the quality of the work that is performed, the relations between employees, their engagement and their motivation. Every type of work has some characteristics that differentiate it and some possible advantages and disadvantages. I say possible advantages and disadvantages because these may be or not be present depending on various factors such as how efficient is the team, if the team has dysfunctionalities, personal qualities of the team members, the employees' competencies, and so on. In this episode, we'll discuss about the unique characteristics that differentiate teamwork from individual work, for which types of task teamwork is more suitable and for which task individual work is more adequate, the possible advantages and disadvantages of teamwork, and the possible advantages and disadvantages of individual work, and also the situations in which employees have to collaborate to each other, but they don't work together in a team. They don't share a common goal. So let's start with teamwork. Teamwork is the work done by a group of people who share a common goal. For example, the employees who are assigned to work on a project share the same goal. If the project goal is to develop a feature of a digital product so it can accomplish certain needs of the customers, all the project members have the goal of developing that specific feature. Let's see some specific teamwork characteristics. First, teamwork members have to interact with each other to accomplish the goal they all share. They can interact directly, face-to-face, or through different internet communications tools. Even when some members work individually for some parts of the project, everything they do is shared with the other members and discussed with them. A second characteristic, teamwork implies that the team members have to reach consensus. They have to agree on how they will act. In a team that is formed to accomplish a certain goal, the members take decisions together. This means that they all have to participate in the decisions that are taken, proposing actions and analyzing the other members' proposals or ideas. Consensus is obtained when every member agrees with the actions that will be taken to accomplish the team goal. Sometimes this is not an easy process and disputes or disagreements can escalate into conflicts. That's why the group discussions have to be coordinated by someone, so every member has the chance to express his or her own opinions and contribute. Some members may be more reserved and retain themselves from speaking, and others may try to dominate the discussions. In order for the communication to go smoothly between members, it helps if the team establish communication rules such as how feedback should be given, how an idea should be argued or sustained, how much time is available for a person to present his ideas. Although it takes more time to take group decisions than in the case of individual decisions, the advantage is that once the employees agreed on what they will do, they engage in the course of the actions because they are the ones who took those decisions. Those were not imposed to them. Even when these decisions have to be approved by the team leader or by a person outside the team, they are the ones who created these decisions. A third characteristic of teamwork Teamwork implies participation of every member. If a group is formed by 3 members and only 2 of them do the work that the team has to do, we cannot say that this team functions properly. The causes for this situation may be very different. For example, 2 members can ally against the third member. The third member may be discouraged because of the harsh criticism she or he receives from the other members, or the third member could take advantages of the other 2 members, or another situation. Okay, let's go further and see when teamwork is suitable. Usually teamwork is more suitable for the activities that imply creativity or innovative solutions. In a team can be applied different methods to generate ideas, such as brainstorming. Combining different ideas of the members, the group can create ideas that one person wouldn't think of. For example, in some marketing or product development projects, working in a team could be a good choice. Another situation in which teamwork is suitable when a project can't be completed by a single person because of its volume of work. When the quantity of the work that is required by a project in a certain amount of time is higher than one person can accomplish, even if he or she has all the required knowledge and competencies for that project. For example, it can be difficult for a member of an HR team to find and select candidates for 6 positions, even if it is for the same job, even when there are enough candidates. The number of CV reviews, the numbers of calls, emails that this employee should do or send could be too much for the limited time that is available. Another situation when teamwork is suitable, when you need people with different expertise to accomplish a task or a project. For example, to create a website, you may need a programmer, a marketing person, and maybe a graphic designer at the same time. Every one of them comes with their knowledge and skills that impact how the website looks and its conversion rate. They have to communicate, collaborate, and coordinate with each other to combine their skills and get the project done. Okay, let's see possible advantages of teamwork. One advantage could be more diverse ideas. Sometimes the ideas that are generated in a group are more diverse and better than those of individual members, and thus their work results can be better. But this is not always true. Sometimes the individual ideas of the employees can be better because they are not blocked in team discussions through objections, critics, fear of being judged or rejected. The degree in which the team members feel safe and confident to communicate freely will have a big impact on the team results. Another advantage of teamwork could be a stronger feeling of belongingness. Teamwork can fulfill the social needs of the employees better and create a stronger feeling of belonging than when they perform individual tasks. They have the opportunity to interact more often and to know each other better. They can build stronger relationships and even friendships. The company benefits from this because if it has more satisfied employees with their work relationships, it has more motivated employees and thus their performances improve. However, this last benefit will not be available if the team is not united, if the members don't get along. It's normal for the team members to disagree and have conflicts at the beginning when the team is formed, when the members don't know each other well. This stage is well explained in Tuckman's 5 stages of team development. If the team overcomes this stage and goes to the norming phase, it will become performant. Another important advantage of teamwork could be the fact that the team members have the opportunity to develop their skills and competencies. They have the opportunity to learn from each other. They have to complete a task or a project together, and they have to collaborate, process in which they are exposed to knowledge, skills, and competencies of the team members. This is beneficial for the employees because they get to develop, and it's beneficial for the company as well because it will have more competent members. Also, when the company has more than one employee competent in one area, in case one employee is, for example, in vacation or is not present, it will not be an issue for the company because another person can replace it. Another advantage could be that the team members keep themselves accountable for their progress. The team members check each other to see where they are. This pressure from the team may make the members more responsible for their work. Let's see now some possible disadvantages of teamwork. First, disadvantages related to responsibility for team results. A responsibility for achieving the common goal is shared between the team members. A team member can't assume all the credits for the team results. This thing can be an issue for an employee who wants to advance. His efforts and contribution may not be well seen when he works in a team. Also, he may not have the chance to apply his ideas if these are not accepted by the group. More than that, even if these ideas are applied, these may be considered the group's ideas because they were communicated and discussed in the group. Another disadvantage related to responsibility for team results: some members can take credit for ideas and actions that were not theirs, or even when their contribution were small or insignificant. Another disadvantage: the team members identify themselves less with the team successes. If a team is large, this tendency is more accentuated, is more present. And another disadvantage related to responsibility for work results: those who have strong needs for achievement prefer situations in which they can take full responsibility for their work results, so working in a team will not meet their needs. They will not be so satisfied by being in a team. Another disadvantage of teamwork could be group thinking. Group thinking tends to appear in the groups that are highly cohesive, and it refers at how the members of the group think. They tend to reject the ideas or thoughts that are contrary to those of the majority of the group, or retain themselves from expressing opinions or ideas that are contrary to those already expressed and accepted by the group. They want to avoid conflicts and maintain the harmony within the group. This term was used and developed first by the social psychologist Irving Janis. He highlighted some traits of the groups that are affected by group thinking. The group members assume that the group knows best. They assume that the majority accepts or share a way of thinking. Because the members retain themselves to express their own opinions, if these are different from those of the group, they don't have a clear image of what the individual members of the group really think. Their consensus is false. Their agreement is false. The group pressures the members to conform. Every contrary ideas or arguments are rejected. The team members spend too much time justifying or rationalizing their decisions and actions. The facts or things that contradict their way of thinking and act are eliminated. The group tends to isolate itself from other groups or individuals. That's why they don't evaluate the ideas that are communicated in the group, and poor or bad decisions can be made in this way. They don't take into consideration alternative options. Another possible disadvantage of teamwork is that it may bring more conflicts in the working place. The team members may have personal or different interests or personal issues that influence the quality of the decisions that are taken. For example, two members can have a difficult relationship or personal disputes which will make it difficult for the group to achieve consensus. This situation can lead to group segmentation in two parties. Another example, in a hiring project, sometimes in order to evaluate a candidate for a position, in the selection process are involved current employees with similar or higher positions. So, for example, to evaluate the candidate's knowledge and competencies for an accountant position, an economist can be involved to ask specialized questions. If this economist is afraid that the new person who will be hired could lower her own position in the company, she may oppose to hiring a certain person, even though this candidate is considered very suitable by the other people that are involved in the hiring process. Another disadvantage of teamwork can be the fact that in a teamwork can be developed various dysfunctional roles. For example, one person may try to dominate the group. The group decisions may be influenced by this person. The other team members can participate because of this member, and therefore their acceptance of the decisions are low. Their engagement will be low, and the results of the team will be also affected. Okay, let's go further to individual work. Individual work is the work done by a person who has individual goals. A salesperson who has to make 5 new contracts per month has individual goals. A marketing person who has to increase the numbers of followers on social media with 40% in a specific time has individual goals. Let's see some specific characteristics of individual work. One person does his work alone without other colleague contributions. The person organizes himself or herself or in collaboration with others, but without sharing the same goals. And the employee who performs individual work is responsible for his work or her work results and can take credit for this. When individual work is more suitable, well, some tasks can be performed in a team. For example, in a sales team, it's better that the sales agents to have individual targets than one common target. In an accounting department where are repeatedly tasks every month, individual tasks work better. And also it will not make sense for an IT hardware engineer who manages the issues that appear with the computer systems to do work team. If you have 2 employees with this position, you will prefer to send them to repair 2 different issues than to constantly send them both to repair the same issue. You will save time and they will be more efficient. Let's see now some possible advantages of individual work. So individual work it's less time consuming because group discussions are eliminated in this case. Decisions can be taken faster without spending time in meetings or trying to reach agreement between the team members. Another advantage, more control over the work and over the results. The employee organizes himself. The decisions can be taken by him or by his supervisor depending on how much autonomy he has in the job. Another major advantage is that the employee can take credit for the work results. Even when the decisions are taken by the supervisor or with the help of other colleagues, the employee is the person who performs the work, so he is entitled to take credit for the work results. Let's see now possible disadvantages of individual work. Social needs are less satisfied. When the employee who works individually has strong social needs, he may perform better in a team. For example, For this type of person, a team is what water is for a fish. He is more comfortable and satisfied when he can work together with other people. Another disadvantage is a lack of knowledge sharing between employees. As mentioned earlier, teamwork is an easy way to develop employee skills and competencies because team members learn from each other, especially when they have different levels of skills and different expertise. Let's talk now about the situation in which the employees have to collaborate, but they don't share a common goal. They have separate goals. Between employees' tasks can be interdependencies and they have to collaborate. For example, an accountant needs the invoices that are received by an employee who makes acquisitions for the company. A customer support person may need sometimes the help of a technical person to answer a customer question. Or certain reports can be made by an employee only after certain data is provided to him by other employees. Let's make a simple exercise now that will help you to improve these kinds of collaborations. So identify all the dependencies between your employees' tasks and analyze if you have clear rules or procedures for how the employees who are involved in this task have to act. These dependencies are sensible points which can produce frustrations, stress, and conflicts between employees if they are not managed well. The workflow is also disturbed and the results are affected too. Sometimes the employee who depends on another employee to do a certain task doesn't have enough tools or power to impose himself and obtain the things that he needs, how or when he needs them. The person on whom the task depends may be from a different department, may have the same level of status or a higher status, which will make the situation harder for the employee who is dependent to obtain what he needs from this person. This is why it's so important to establish rules and procedures for these interactions. These rules and procedures are the tools that the dependent employee has to do his work as you expect him to do. He has the ownership of the task and he is responsible to do it, and in the same time he has to have the power to obtain the resources he needs. Otherwise, you can't really consider him responsible for the results. Okay, so this was all for today. Let's make a short recap. So we talked about the unique characteristics that differentiate teamwork from individual work. We talked about which type of tasks are more suitable for teamwork and which are more suitable for individual work. We talked about the advantages and about the disadvantages of teamwork and of individual work. And we talked about the situation in which employees have to collaborate to each other, but they don't share a common goal. I hope you enjoyed this episode and it's helpful for you. Go and apply the exercise that I talked about earlier and let me know how it worked for you. If you liked this episode, subscribe. And also, if you are listening this episode before March 12th, you can benefit of a special offer that I have at one of my online courses. 4 job characteristics you can improve to increase your employee motivation and their results. So you can have this workshop at only $52 until Sunday, March 12th, inclusive. Use the coupon code IMPROVEWORK and you'll benefit from this special offer. You'll find the details in the description of this episode. Thank you for listening and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.